Hi, I'm Laura Geist, founder of GodSuccessSecrets.com. Welcome to your third video in the God Success Secrets Success Series. Now this week's success secret says, visualize your destination. And the verse that goes along with that is in Matthew chapter 21 verse 22, where it says, if you believe, you will receive whatever you ask for in prayer. If you believe, and we've talked about believing, that's what causes us to never give up. We talked about that in God's Success Secret number 1. But believing entails a little bit more than just hoping something happens. Believing is you know that it's going to happen. And what I want to encourage you to do this week is to visualize your destination. Now, I have a son, Ted, who plays high school basketball. And he doesn't have his driver's license yet, so when it's time for a game, I'm usually the taxi driver, so I'm driving him to the game and he's sitting in the front seat. And when you've got your kids alone in the car, that's a great time to have a conversation with them. So as we're driving to the game, I always say something like, so Ted, what do you want to see happen in the game tonight? Or what are your goals for the game tonight? How many points do you want to make tonight? And he just rolls his eyes and says, Mom, you know how kids do when mothers and fathers are trying to share their wisdom and the kids just turn away and don't want to hear it. I haven't convinced him yet that if he would visualize what he wants to happen, it just might happen. And athletes know this. You know, the gymnast, they spend time before they get on the balance beam envisioning the perfect beam routine. Or maybe there's a baseball player and before he gets up to bat, he pictures the ball going over the fence. And most athletes know that if you visualize what you want to happen, the chances are more likely that it will happen. Well, the same thing happens in our lives. And sometimes I think we want things to change and we know that things could get better, but we haven't sat down and really thought about exactly what ways do we want things to get better? What ways do we want things to change? So this week in your journal, I want to encourage you to sit down and write out a word picture of your ideal life. What will things look like if you achieve that one goal that you set for yourself at the beginning of your journal? How is that going to change your life? Like, where are you going to live? What kind of clothes will you wear? What type of people are you going to spend time with? What does success really look like for you? What's the target that you're aiming for? Get a very clear picture in your mind of what that is. You know, when God told Noah to build an ark, if you read that account, God gave him very specific instructions. I want it this long, I want it made out of this kind of wood with this many openings. And Noah had a picture of what the finished product should look like. When Solomon built the temple, God was very specific about that. There are numerous, exact measurements and which materials he wanted, what things made of, and how should the furniture be arranged, and what should it be made of, and who should build the furniture. So God had a very specific plan, and Solomon knew what the end product was supposed to look like. So if you're trying to build a life, you need to know, what do you want that end product to look like? So spend some time thinking about that today. And then don't just, write it down in your journal and forget about it, but get that out maybe every day or every week and look at it so that you have a goal to aim for. I always said when I was in college, you know how girls are, we love to buy new clothes, and I didn't have a lot of money. So if I went in a mall, I knew exactly where the sales racks were, where I could find the best deals on some new clothes. And it was like, I'm looking for the best deal, so my sonar just found the way to those racks. And it's the same thing with life. If you know what you're aiming for, you're more likely to hit it. So, God's Success Secret number 3, visualize your destination. I'll see you next time.